Hey YouTube, Do-It-Yourself Junkie 369 here, and today is day 30 of our RV-10 build. And today I'm working on the elevators. Now the elevators are shown in work here, as well as the rudder, because both of them are going to get glued up for the trailing edge at the same time. So working on both those. And where I left off yesterday was mounting this rear rib to the rib halves, or rear spar to the rib halves, which is page 11 of section 9, step 4. And the most important part of this is making sure you get it in the right orientation. Just remember the double set of holes goes I want to say to the inboard side. Yes. Double set of holes goes to the inboard side, which because this is the top skin, the inboard side is actually over there right now. I'd have to flip this thing over to get it in its proper orientation. Really, I think if you lined it up the wrong way, the holes wouldn't line up quite right. And on this, like I said yesterday, I'm going to use the straight set to get the top rivets, and then go back and use the double offset set to get the bottom rivets. And on this one, we will need the Cleco stuck together. To hold it in place while riveting. And here, do not forget your shear clip. So I'm going to try to put the rivet heads on the inside, just because that's the thinner piece, and the shop head will end up on the thicker side, which if I do that, it looks like I'll have to use the offset rivet set to get to all of these. Without it, it would bend the rib over too much. Not gonna lie, I was worried about using this thing for riveting, but it really appears to be a non-issue. It's no harder, no easier than using a normal set, straight set. It does, I don't know if it's just me, but it does seem to take like an extra burst to set the rivets. It might just be the length of rivet that's being used in here that is causing that though. Okay, so on page 12 we rivet. Step 1 is riveting the rear spar to the bottom skin on the right elevator. And step 2 actually deals with riveting the rear spar to the top skin on the left elevator. And on that one, these rivets in this cutout here for the turn tab do not get riveted. Other than that, the step is similar. That's going to want to move around. So just lightly clamp this to hold it in place for me. Okay, so it looks like I've hit a good spot where I need to bring the right elevator up to this state of construction. I won't have a problem with a Cleco shortage from here on out, it appears. So I can set this aside and go all the way back to where I left the right elevator, which was back on page 6 of this section, so about 4 pages back. And since you've already seen me do the stuff to the left elevator, I'm not going to bother filming the right elevator. I'm just going to turn the camera off and work. So this video might be a little bit weird that it's day 30 and then it'll probably skip to like day 35 or something for the next part of the video. And also, that's why you'll see in my build log that you can download in the description that the steps will be repeated in there twice because I'm doing them separately for each half. This is basically where I left the other half because it was putting the skins on required too many Clecos. So I need to put this back together and pick up where I left off.